Often, younger or less experienced passengers get upgrades while you, who have traveled for decades, remain stuck in the same cramped seat. Have you ever experienced this? It seems unfair, but the truth is even more intriguing. It's not about spending more money or having elite loyalty status. Former flight attendants reveal that there are secret signs, subtle gestures, and nearly invisible choices that make all the difference, and most passengers never notice them. The most curious part? Many of these secrets are right in front of you, just waiting for you to observe and apply them. It's counterintuitive. While everyone believes that money or miles buy comfort, cabin professionals say that simple attitudes, posture, and small interactions can open doors you never imagined. Here's the controversial part: those who ignore these details are missing opportunities that could turn an ordinary flight into a first-class experience. These are tiny tricks that seem invisible but completely change the outcome. Imagine discovering that a simple gesture, a smile at the right moment, or even a carefully chosen word can make a flight attendant look at you and think, "This person deserves a better seat." The most surprising part? You can start using these strategies today, even without status, extra miles, or any added cost. The rewards are immediate, but only if you know exactly what to do. So, if you're tired of always sitting in the same spot, get ready. In this video, we will reveal the secrets former flight attendants have kept for years, little-known details that can completely transform your next trip. Some are so simple they seem obvious, but it's exactly that simplicity that makes the results so remarkable. Subscribe now, stay updated on all our content, and leave your like. Your engagement is important to us and inspires us to create more content like this. 1. Knowing how to ask politely and at the right time. Many people believe flight upgrades just fall from the sky or only happen for loyalty program status holders. But the truth is, there is a powerful detail that can open doors: how you ask for help. After 60, many people hesitate to speak up, fearing they might seem inconvenient. Here's the secret: former flight attendants say that politeness and timing can turn a simple request into a first-class experience. When you ask for something respectfully, your body and mind demonstrate incredible coordination, self-confidence, clarity, and calmness. It's as if you're silently saying, "I know my worth, and I'm not afraid to ask." This gesture is not just about manners, it's about self-awareness, about not shrinking from opportunities life still offers. It signals emotional vitality, a rare resource many people fail to use. My friend Margaret, 72, lives in Dallas. She shared that on a flight to New York, she noticed empty seats at the front and politely asked if she could be moved. The answer? An immediate yes, and she finished the trip with more space and comfort. Margaret didn't have extra points or elite status. What made the difference was her calm, confident, and kind demeanor. This reminds us that often, the power lies in something we already carry: the way we communicate. Social behavior studies, such as those conducted at Harvard University, show that people who express themselves with firmness and respect are seen as more trustworthy and deserving. On a plane, where flight attendants handle hundreds of requests, this detail can make you stand out. Asking at the right moment, usually before boarding is complete or right after takeoff, increases your chances. But there are other silent factors that former attendants observe before deciding who might receive this special attention. 2. The power of appearance and first impressions. One of the least discussed, yet most repeated truths among former flight attendants is that how you present yourself greatly influences your chances of getting an upgrade. It's not about wearing expensive clothes or pretending to be someone you're not, but about showing care for yourself. Dressing cleanly, neatly, and comfortably, with a touch of elegance, sends a powerful message: you respect yourself, and others are likely to respect you too. After 60, this gesture becomes even more significant because it signals vitality, attentiveness, and the desire to be your best. This signal goes beyond aesthetics. Choosing a well-pressed shirt, comfortable pants, and practical shoes activates something deeper: self-esteem and self-care. It's as if your body says, "I'm still in the game, I still care about how I navigate the world." This simple choice communicates to flight attendants and check-in staff that you're someone who adds value to the surrounding experience. In an environment where decisions are made quickly, this silent perception can open doors to better seats on the plane. Consider Robert, 68, from Denver. He used to travel in sweatpants and worn-out sneakers, believing comfort was the only priority. One day, he decided to change. He wore a blue polo shirt, lightweight pants, and tidy shoes. When boarding, he noticed the flight attendant greeted him differently, even addressing him as sir. Mid-flight, he was invited to move to a seat with more legroom. Robert never forgot this experience and now always says, "It wasn't the clothes that got me the upgrade, it was the message they conveyed." Social psychology studies, such as those published by the American Psychological Association, show that first impressions are formed in less than 7 seconds. In a flight environment, where attendants must quickly evaluate hundreds of passengers, that time is even shorter. When your appearance signals self-care, you become memorable, conveying confidence and credibility. Interestingly, this confidence isn't just about what you wear, but also how you move and carry yourself, exactly what many former flight attendants point out as another invisible yet decisive factor when choosing who deserves special attention. 3. Posture and body language that speak for you. Long before you speak, your body is already telling a story. Former flight attendants report that they closely observe how passengers present themselves, head held high, calm gaze, smooth movements. These silent cues convey dignity and self-confidence, two qualities that can directly influence the decision to offer an upgrade. For those aged 60 to 85, this body language becomes even more powerful, signaling not only physical vitality but also inner balance and life experience. Maintaining a strong posture isn't just aesthetic, it reflects internal systems working in harmony. Aligned spine, steady breathing, active muscles, all demonstrate mind-body connection. It's as if your presence says, "I am here, strong and ready to embrace what life still offers." This type of energy doesn't go unnoticed by those whose job is to observe passengers daily. Mrs. Linda, 74, from Phoenix, shared that on a flight to Chicago, she waited at the boarding gate reading with an upright posture and a gentle smile. Without asking, she was called by name and informed that a more spacious seat was available. Linda always said she didn't understand how it happened, but the truth is her posture conveyed calm and confidence, creating a naturally positive impression. Her body spoke for her, and it was heard. 4. How you treat other passengers. There's one detail many forget: flight attendants don't only notice how you treat them, but also how you interact with those around you. Kindness and patience aren't just social virtues, they can open doors on a plane. When someone over 60 shows empathy, helps another passenger with luggage, or offers a sincere smile to a mother with a small child, the crew silently registers it. To them, it signals someone who values harmony and respect, highly prized in a confined cabin environment. The effect inside you when practicing kindness is even deeper. Being supportive activates areas of the brain linked to happiness and well-being. Each gesture silently communicates, "I still have much to give to the world." This positive energy is contagious, and attendants notice the difference. In flights full of stress and hurry, passengers who radiate calm and goodness are seen as allies, not burdens, and allies are often the ones who receive unexpected privileges. James, 70, from Seattle, on a crowded flight, quietly helped a lady store her bag in the overhead compartment. The flight attendant observed without James noticing. Minutes later, James was called and informed a front row seat with extra legroom was available. He never asked for anything, he simply showed who he was through his attitude. This reminds us that even in small gestures, our identity is revealed. 5. Building a direct connection with the crew. Few passengers realize that for flight attendants, every flight is like a stage. They observe, evaluate, and within minutes, already know who will be easy to handle and who might present challenges. That's why creating an authentic connection with the crew is one of the most powerful keys to gaining special attention. A simple good morning while making eye contact, a thank you for what you do, or even a genuine question like "How has the flight been for you today?" can completely change how they perceive you. This gesture is even more valuable when it comes from someone between 60 and 85, as it conveys wisdom and humanity. This habit says a lot about your inner self. The willingness to see and acknowledge the other person, even amid your own fatigue or anxiety, demonstrates emotional balance and openness to connection. It's as if your body and mind are saying, "I'm not here just to receive, I'm here to share." This exchange creates a field of trust. In an environment where flight attendants make quick decisions about who may be relocated to a better seat, this positive impression can be decisive. Take the story of Helen, 76, from Boston. During boarding for a flight to Miami, she greeted each attendant with a smile, asking for nothing in return. Mid-flight, she casually asked a young attendant about her week. Later, she was surprised with an invitation to move to business class. Helen always said she expected nothing, but her kindness and genuine interest made her memorable. This shows that often, the secret isn't in asking, but in forming bonds that inspire trust. 6. Patience in the face of the unexpected. If there is one trait that former flight attendants value in passengers, especially older ones, it is patience. Planes get delayed, connections become complicated, meals are not always satisfying. In these moments, while many become frustrated or complain loudly, the person who remains calm stands out silently, almost radiantly. For those aged 60 to 85, this patience is not just a momentary choice but a reflection of maturity and resilience gained through life. It's like saying to the world, "I've weathered bigger storms, and I know how to wait for clear skies." The internal impact of this behavior is profound. Patience reduces stress, protects the heart, and strengthens the mind. It is a state that shows self-mastery, as if body and mind move in harmony. Choosing to respond with calm instead of irritation sends a clear signal of inner strength. This not only improves your health but also creates an atmosphere that benefits everyone, including the crew, who always notice those who help maintain peace during critical moments. On a flight delayed by more than 2 hours, while many passengers complained, Thomas, 81, remained calm, chatting with a child nearby and sharing stories. The flight attendant approached, thanked him for his serenity, and during boarding, Thomas received a more spacious seat without asking. This gesture proved that his patience did not go unnoticed, on the contrary, it was rewarded. 7. Practical strategies that really work. So far, we've discussed silent signals that influence the crew's perception, but many former flight attendants reveal that there are also direct, simple, and practical steps to increase your chances of getting a free upgrade. The first is arriving early at the airport. When you present yourself before most passengers, more seats are available for reassignment, and your likelihood of being chosen increases. Another is volunteering in case of overbooking. Airlines often reward this with vouchers or better seats on the next flight. These actions demonstrate flexibility, a quality highly valued by crews. Another lesser-known trick is politely asking at the check-in counter if more comfortable seats are available. Don't ask as a demand, but out of curiosity, always with a smile and respect. Simple phrases like, "Are there any extra seats with more legroom?" can open doors. Additionally, flying during less crowded times, such as midweek or on overnight flights, increases your chances of finding empty seats in higher classes. This logistical detail makes all the difference, yet many passengers overlook it. Beyond arriving early and volunteering in overbooking situations, there are other tricks used by experienced travelers that former attendants confirm as effective. One is traveling alone. Unaccompanied passengers are easier to relocate because there's no need to move entire families. Another is reserving seats near the back of the plane. If extra space is available in the front, the crew is more likely to invite passengers from the rear to move forward. These details may seem minor, but in the upgrade game, every detail counts. Another strategy is showing flexibility in seat choice. Instead of asking directly for a specific seat, try saying, "I'm open to any option that works best for you today." This type of statement signals cooperation and increases your likability with the check-in staff. Additionally, participating in loyalty programs, even at a basic level, can put your name on internal lists that make reassignment easier when empty seats appear. You don't need to be a frequent flyer to benefit, just being registered helps. Choosing less crowded routes is another key point. Weekend or holiday flights tend to be full, while Tuesday and Wednesday flights offer more chances for upgrades due to excess vacant seats. Less busy dates allow check-in staff to be more flexible and generous. Aviation studies show that weekday night flights are the champions of free upgrades. When these factors combine, solo travel, flexibility, and respect, your chances increase significantly. But even after applying all these strategies, there is a final gesture that can cement your image with the crew and open doors that few passengers imagine. 8. Gratitude that opens invisible doors. There is a gesture so simple that many forget, yet former flight attendants say it's unforgettable: gratitude. Not just at the end of the flight, when everyone mutters a hurried thank you, but throughout the journey. "And I appreciate what you do," or even "you made my day easier," can deeply touch someone who spends hours serving hundreds of people. For those aged 60 to 85, this gratitude carries even more weight, as it comes filled with history, perspective, and a mature view of life. Science explains why this works. Research published by Harvard Medical School shows that expressing gratitude strengthens social connections and increases trust. In an airplane environment, this means a flight attendant who feels valued is more likely to remember your face when an upgrade opportunity arises. It's as if your gratitude plants an invisible seed that can bloom as a more spacious seat, an extra meal, or simply extra care during the flight. Gratitude is more than words, it's tone of voice, eye contact, and intention. When expressed genuinely, it transforms the experience for everyone around. And because it is so rare amid the stress of travel, it becomes a powerful differentiator. What many passengers don't realize is that recognizing these signs, from posture to gratitude, not only opens doors for upgrades but also reveals something far greater: a unique way to age with dignity, presence, and inner strength. Traveling after 60 isn't just about reaching your destination, it's about how you present yourself to the world, how you connect with others, and how you keep your presence alive in every gesture. Recognizing any of these signals, knowing how to ask politely, caring for your appearance, maintaining confident posture, treating others kindly, building bonds with the crew, demonstrating patience, and expressing gratitude, is already a reason for pride. Each choice shows you are aging with strength, dignity, and health, proving there is still so much to achieve. Your body, mind, and energy are constantly speaking to you and to others. Every gesture, every smile, every word of thanks is a way of saying, "I'm still in the game, and I deserve to be here fully." This is rare and precious, and it's precisely this mature presence that transforms ordinary trips into memorable experiences. Recognizing this strengthens self-esteem and makes you realize that every moment still holds immense value. When you understand that aging well isn't luck but the result of conscious choices, every flight becomes a life metaphor. Opportunities arise for those who position themselves with respect, patience, and humanity. And it is exactly this awareness that transforms not only your travel experiences but also the way you face everyday life, showing that there is always room to grow, learn, and enjoy what life still has to offer. If reflecting on all these strategies and attitudes spark something in you, perhaps it's time to consider, which will you apply on your next trip? Which simple gesture can make a difference in your life and in the lives of those around you? Because even small actions show that there is still so much to live, discover, and achieve, and this is just the beginning of everything yet to come. Comment below with the signal or strategy that caught your attention the most and that you identify with. Share this video with someone in your age group who deserves to discover these secrets. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to receive more tips that strengthen body, mind, and spirit. And tell us in the comments what you learned and how you plan to apply these strategies on your next trip, because every gesture counts, and every choice makes a difference in your journey.